Hi friends, today we are going to take up another very interesting topic. The topic is about current drive to decriminalize GST in order to improve ease of doing business in India. As per the reports, the central government is contemplating to raise substantially monetary threshold limit for initiating prosecution for cognizable and non-bailable offences related to GST. Let us try to understand after all what cognizable and bailable offences are. You see, the term cognizable offences are those in which the investigating authority can arrest the accused without an arrest warrant. That is known as cognizable offence. Whereas a bailable offence means an offence which is quite small in nature and therefore bail cannot be denied. And suppose if there is an offence which is non-bailable offence, so in that case the bail is a matter of discretion of the courts. Before we get into the changes which have been brought about and what the government is contemplating to do in order to reduce hardship on businessmen, let us first understand the current draconian provisions under Section 132 of CGST Act. Section 132 of CGST Act lists out many offences, so it's not possible for us to have here discussion over all the offences. So let us take note of a few common offences or say important ones. You see, like if somebody supply any goods or services without issuing an invoice, so that is an offence under GST. Likewise, issuing an invoice or bill without supplying goods or service is again an offence. Availing input tax credit using fake invoice is an offence. Collection of tax but failing to pay the same to the government is again an offence. So these offences are certainly major ones, and as of now all these offences would be treated as cognizable and not bailable. In case where the offences involved are tax evasion of rupees 2 crore and more. In addition to all these offences, there are other offences as well, like suppose if somebody produce fake accounts or documents or false information before an assessing officer, so that is also an offence. Likewise, if somebody obstructs or prevents any officer in the discharge of his duties, that is also an offence. Likewise, if somebody tampers with or destroys any material evidence or documents, that is also an offence. But these are not so severe offences, hence these offences are categorized as non-cognizable and bailable as well. So in a nutshell, we may say that all the above offences are punishable with imprisonment or both, or fine, or both, depending upon the quantum of tax evasion involved. The imprisonment term could be for a period of 6 months to 5 years, depending on the nature of offence. So, you see, realizing the need to soften GST and to provide a less fearful environment for business, the Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs issued guidelines in August 22 in respect of summons, arrest and bail and prosecutions under GST. So let us try to understand what the changes are, what has been specified or provided by Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs. Some changes have been brought about with regard to summons. Summons, as we all know, like summons is the first step to start prosecution. So, summons is issued by superintendent prior permission, prior written permission of officers not below the rank of DC/AC will be required. Again, under the changed dispensation, reasons to be recorded in writing for issuing a summons. Another important change is that summons to be avoided to call for a statutory document which is already available on GST portal. Another important change is the repeated summons without ensuring service of earlier summons to be avoided. Another important change is senior management promoters like CMD, MD, CEO, CFO, etc. of a company or PSU should not be summoned unless their involvement is suspected. Another change is summoned person should be aware as to whether he is being summoned as an accused, co-accused or witness. Further, it should be ensured that the summons are duly served on the concerned person. So these are the changes about arrest and bail as well. Let us see what those changes are. You see, with regard to arrest and bail, most important requirement is that there has to be reasons to believe. To arrive at a decision. To the reasons to be list offender under arrest must be unambiguous and amply clear. So this is something most important. Further requirement says that since the arrest impinges on the personal liberty of an individual, the power to arrest must be exercised carefully. What are the relevant factors to consider before deciding to arrest a person? The relevant considerations are preventing the possibility of tampering with the evidence or intimidating or influencing witness. Another important change is the commissioner shall record on file that after considering the nature of offence, the role of person involved and evidence available, he has reason to believe that the person has committed an offence as mentioned in section 132 of GST and may authorize an officer of central tax to arrest the concerned person. If the condition of the bail are fulfilled by the arrested person, he shall be released by officer concerned on bail forthwith. Another change is it must be assured that the arrested person should be produced before the appropriate magistrate within 24 hours of arrest. Another change is that the approval for arrest under GST shall be granted for cases where clear intention of tax evasion exists. Prosecution should not be launched in cases of technical nature or where there is a difference of opinion regarding interpretation of law. In case of public limited companies, prosecution should not be launched against all directors of the company but should be restricted to only those persons who oversee day-to-day operations of the company and have taken active part in committing the tax evasion. Another important change is prosecution should normally be initiated where amount of tax evasion in relation to specified offences is more than Indian rupees 5 crore, except in cases of habitual evators and arrest cases. Dear friends, in addition to what changes have been brought about by CBIC, the government is planning to rationalize threshold limit in those cases as well, which are non-cognizable and bailable. It is hoped that all the above changes will certainly give a much needed relief to those businessmen who are made to suffer without there being no ill intent on their part to evade taxes. Thank you so much for watching the video. Thank you.